Q1043. Valerie Bertinelli is on the phone. Good morning.
I love that song.
Well, you should. It's a great song.
It is, isn't it?
It is a fantastic song. And you know something? Millions of people love you. I was on the phone with a Q listener just 2 minutes ago, and I said, I have to get off the phone because Valerie Bertinelli is going to call. And the woman on the phone said, tell her I love her and I love her book.
Oh, nice.
Men and women.
And I said, you read her book already? And she said, yes. And I was speaking last week. Let's see, I was at the Hard Rock Cafe here in Manhattan, and I was speaking to a Barnes & Noble executive who told me that your book is flying out of their stores.
Well, we love that.
Absolutely flying out of the stores. But the fact is, you do carry with you a reservoir of goodwill that goes all the way back to when you were a kid.
Oh,
because
good.
There are tens of millions of people in a couple of different generations who just have a real feeling of affection for you that has been there for decades and doesn't seem to be in any danger of going away.
Well, that's so nice. I hope I don't ruin it.
Well, how could you do that?
I don't know. I mean, I'm hoping my intention with the book comes through and that people don't take it the wrong way, because I really wanted to make sure that I don't hurt anybody with this book, and any stories that I do tell in it are really basically public knowledge anyway.
Well, I'll tell you one thing that really struck me as being odd, if you don't mind my saying so. How on earth could any human being, and it turned out to be you, actually find another human being to get involved with that doesn't like Italian food?
I know. Hey, is that crazy?
I mean,
garlic.
Yeah, but you found the one person on earth you want to cook an Italian dinner for, and he's not going to like it. There's only one. There's no other person on the planet besides that guy, and you found him.
Yeah, well, that was, almost 30 years ago. So maybe he's into garlic now, but back then he wasn't.
Steven Spielberg.
Yeah, we're talking about Steven Spielberg.
Yeah.
One of your many famous dates. And I thought, what I don't understand, Valerie. Now, you dated Paul Schaefer, two dates. But how did you think, his name just went out of my head. How did you think
is that going to tick him off?
I know, but this is going to tick him off more. How did you think that he looked like Elton John?
You know what? He really did. This is back in 1977. And he wore these big old glasses like Elton used to wear. And he just reminded me of him. I mean, not that he looked identical, but he just reminded me. Not now, obviously. This is way more than 30 years later. This is, who knows what goes on in the mind of a 17-year-old young woman.
He was doing A Year at the Top.
Right, with Greg Evigan.
Yeah, which was in a studio right next door to where you were working.
Mm-hmm. And he just reminded me of Elton. He played the piano and,
Well, he's here on Q1043 every day.
Is it?
Yes, twice a day.
Well, tell Paul I said hey.
I certainly will.
Your book, Valerie, is one of the few tell-alls that really, really is a tell-all. I mean, you just didn't hold back at all. But I was thinking, as a mom, how did you feel about all that being out there with Wolfie? Did he know all this stuff before the book?
He knew a lot of it. There's some stuff that caught him. He's got such an amazing sense of humor, though. He saw some of it on Oprah, and he looked at me and he gave me a funny look and said something funny that I really can't say publicly. But he's got such a great sense of humor about it, and he knows me. He knows who I am. He knows who his mother is. He knows my heart, and he basically knew most of it anyway, and he still loves me.
Well, yeah, I'm sure he does. But you know something? There are some things that sons just don't want to know about.
No, they don't want to know about your sex life,
No, and he made that very clear that he didn't want to know about it, so he wasn't going to read it. And I left a lot of my sex life out of it. So there were stories that
it was even better? It was even better and more exciting than...
No.
Well, she's not very, she doesn't
I know.
Quite a few years I wasn't having sex, but I thought if any story I'm going to put in here is going to hurt somebody else and not reflect something about my life and my growth, then I'm not going to put it in, because it wasn't about hurting anybody. It was about really me judging my life and seeing the mistakes that I made and the choices that I made and how I grew from them and how I wasn't going to repeat them.
Well, you had some body image problems, but that doesn't really make you unique. That makes you like all the rest of us.
Exactly.
Forget about women. It happens to we men, too.
But you don't have the fat thing going. Women have the fat thing going. No matter
you know what?
how
I have a feeling more men have that going on. I mean, Tom, every so often, he's lost over almost 30 pounds now, and he looks fabulous. But I didn't think he looked bad before that. But men do have body body issue problems too. It really is a universal problem, and it'd be nice if we could all get rid of it.
You help with that, too.
I hope so.
I think you really do.
It's just that you're more honest and open about it than most of us.
I think once we become honest and open about it, and I wasn't for a very, very long time, that demon goes away. Once we put a name to it, it goes away. It almost is that simple. It's that difficult and that simple, but because we still have to do the work behind it. But you just got to get rid of them.
Valerie, I wanted to ask you a little bit about what's going on with the Van Halen tour, because right now it's on hold, and then we're hearing that Eddie's having medical tests, and I read in a tabloid yesterday that he's back in rehab.
A tabloid?
Yeah.
And you believed it?
Well, I'm just asking you because you're the ex, and I can ask you.
Right. I talked to Ed a couple of days ago, and he sounds terrific. He is having tests done, and he's being proactive, and I am so proud of him for doing it. Last I heard, they were going to start back up on the 11th, but I'm not sure.
And the rehab story, false?
That's not something for me to go into.
Okay.
Now, on March 16th, which is a Thursday afternoon at 5 p.m., you're going to be at Bookends in Ridgewood.
Wait, March 16th?
March 16th.
No. That's a Sunday. That's Wolfie's birthday.
Oh, that's a Sunday, right.
Oh, that's right. He's going to be 17, right?
I will be with my son.
Yes.
Right, that's a Sunday because Monday is St. Patrick's Day, the 17th.
So what is the day?
Well, we're getting it off the website here, and the website's wrong. So
I will be in Long Island at a Costco signing on Saturday.
Okay.
And I'll be in New Jersey on Thursday at a book signing.
Okay, it's next Thursday.
Mm-hmm, the 13th.
Which is the 13th. And that's 5 p.m., and that's at Bookends in Ridgewood.
Yes, I will be there.
You're going to have fun there. You're going to have so many fans showing up.
I'm having so much fun so far. I'm in Cincinnati right now. I had a fun book signing yesterday. I love meeting everybody.
And now another TV show for you, right?
We'll see. This is all baby steps. Nothing is, in stone. We're testing the waters.
For a TV, a syndicated talk show, a daytime talk show, right?
Maybe.
And by the way, in the section of the book where the pictures are, there is a caption underneath a photo, and the caption reads, "My Son, the Rock God, 2007." Valerie
Isn't that a great shot?
It is. It's a great shot, and he looks totally like a rock star.
Yeah.
And actually, he is one now. Yeah. Losing It is the book. Valerie Bertinelli, thanks so much for taking time to speak with us today here at Q1043.
Hey, thanks a lot.
It is 8:19 here at the Q.